What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Gold Shack. I'm your host, Prospector Jerry, from the California Mother Lode Prospectors. Thank you for joining us. We have a good show for you guys tonight. As you could see, hopefully you guys could hear me. As you could see, we were at the Bear River this last outing. Pretty fun trip. Me and my cousin took the side-by-side and went and did a little bit of exploring, did a little bit of fishing, caught some fish, did some prospecting, got some gold, and we are gonna check out that gold. We're gonna check out the trip, and I have a few things to share with you guys, some other things that I'll bring up later. We're gonna crack this bad boy open. This is a bag of Gold Rush pay dirt. I always wondered what was in one of those, and my family got me that for Father's Day. So I thought, what the heck, we'll break it open and see what's inside of it here on a Gold Shack. So thanks everybody for joining. I'm going to kind of check and see what's going on here in the chat room really quick. What's up, cousin? I'm glad you joined. My cousin Rob's here, the guy that was alongside me. You'll see him in the video, or you did see him in some of the video. 303 Prospecting, right on for joining. Right on for joining Ed. Jan, I appreciate it. Frankie Higgins, Patrick. Awesome. Looks like we got a good group. I basically pre-screened all of our cons. So we have 50 mesh, minus 50 and minus 100 ready to go. I don't have to mess with any of that stuff that we used to mess with the classifying. So that'll cut a lot of the time out, and we'll get straight to the gold. This stuff actually isn't the cons from the trip this trip to the Bear River that you see here. This is not those cons. I do have the gold from that trip, and I'll show it with you guys, but I only did about 3 pans. We were more exploring, we did a lot more fishing, and kind of checked out some new areas, and the gold that we got came from one of the new areas. So it was kind of late in the day, and so I didn't really have much in the way of cons to share with you guys from that trip. But what I did do is we lost a lot of gold the last trip, or the last run, with that Yuba run that we did. I don't know if you guys remember, I was getting a lot of stuff built up that wasn't going down. So I noticed those tailings had gold in them from that. And I hadn't processed, or I should say I hadn't screened properly when I started doing this stuff, my black sands before I ran them. So I know I was losing gold due to that. So basically what I did is I cleaned out the Gold Shack tailing bucket, and we got some cons to rerun from that, and we're gonna see what's left behind, and while we catch up and chat about gold. Mining Hawaiian, what is up, my brother? Thanks for joining. Dirt 30. Right on, brother. Yes, losing gold is no fun, that is for sure. See, I just did a little bit of a sample to see, to make sure. I literally hadn't even checked. I thought, well, I better check and make sure there's actually going to be gold in this. And that was just from my I think that was 1 tablespoon right there. Look how much gold's in there. You can see that. So there's gold in it, guys. We're going to get it out. Losing gold is not fun, that's for sure. Oh yeah, everybody's catching up. Good times. If you all are here and haven't subscribed already, we're going to be doing this every week. This is an ongoing thing. Check it out, come back, hit that subscribe button. You'll get notified when we go live. We're going to have a different group of concentrates to run each trip, different stories, different gold adventures. So hit that subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up if you're out there. I really appreciate it. And we will get to getting some more gold out of here. All right, let's get a nice heaping spoonful in there. Oh, dropping stuff. Not good. I'm all clean. I cleaned everything, cleaned out the panning tub. Everything's nice and clean, ready to go. That's what I'm talking about there, flash in your pan, Ed. Better to go out and get your own pay dirt. If you can. There are some benefits of the pay dirt, you know, for people out there, especially the older guys that can't get out, or harder to get out, you know, at an older age, or disabilities, things like that. Or if you're just locked up in the wintertime and you got cabin fever and you want to do some panning. Lots of good situations for even saving some of this stuff. I have cons. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you guys. Check it out. So on another episode, we're going to do this bad boy. This is from Adam. These are some cons from him. There's a couple of these in here. So these are from California. These were right when he took off back home. So I got this. She had a little bit of a mix-up. The mail lady lost one of them. There's a couple of them in here, but she found it in her bag, and I got it back. So all good. Thanks you, Adam. We're gonna have fun with these. Oh, I also have next week's Gold Shack is going to be a good one when it comes to gold. I have some really good cons from the Yuba again. It should be richer than the last run that we just did. Got a whole nother bag ready to go. So we got those cons, we have those Gold Rush cons, you name it, we got stuff going on. So we're gonna get some gold. Spinning out pretty good. So here in just a minute, we will go ahead and play some of this footage. I have some footage from this trip. We had a blast, man. We went up some river that I hadn't gone up yet on the Bear. There's so many different forks of the Bear, and I had been to this area before, but not in the particular area from a lot of the video you're going to see. So it was pretty cool to get up there and do some sampling. It's kind of a hard area to read because you're down there where it's just all cobble. There's no bigger cobble. So what I was trying to do was look for the bigger cobbles, find where there was the most bigger cobbles, which was hard to do, believe it or not. I mean, driving miles of river, it's all pretty much the same size. We got to one spot where there was a little bit of exposed bedrock, and we worked that and took a couple of cracks, a couple of samples, and that's where we got the gold that you'll see soon here from. Oh, look at that. And we got a nice ring. Kind of see a little bit around there. These aren't really as rich as our normal cons because they are the tailings, but we're going to get all that gold out regardless. I might have to just do that, Ed. One day I'll have a package coming to you. Hear your itch. Play with it on all those cool devices you got on your wall in the shed. Oh, I know what I wanted to share with you guys. So me and my cousin were driving along, and this was on the way back, and I really wish that I would have turned on my camera, and I didn't. But I found this really neat rock, and I still haven't. I got to go get it looked at. I'm going to take it to the rock shop by my house. But it stood out like a sore thumb. All the river cobble on the Bear River is a white rounded cobble, very much the same size, and this particular cobble that I found was bright red. It looked like someone spray painted it red. It really reminds me, and I think it's the same stuff as this other piece of rock that I showed on one of my other videos in my finds. Let's see. So this is the rock that I showed in my finds video, and you can see there what it looks like. Kind of looks like meat, or it's like a very, I'll get it wet here, kind of looks better when it's wet, a very pinkish purplish red, and it looks really neat. It's hard to see really up close the detail in there, but it has a lot of neat detail up close. It would look really neat if you polished it up. But check out the one that I found when we were driving up the river. I'm gonna get it nice and shiny. So look at that rock. Now, I've seen a lot of rocks, but I don't know what kind of rock this is. Very different though. Like I said, it stood out like a sore thumb. Super bright, super detail in that. Here, let me change the camera view really quick. You can get a better view. So, if you look here, you can see all the swirling in it. Lots of different swirls of color. There's some purples, some really bright reds. I mean, that's a bright rock right there, that's for sure. Looks like jasper, yeah, it does. So, pretty cool find. So we'll add a little bit of more pay to the blue bowl here. Oh wait, we'll get it a little bit more to get out of there first. Well, that's cool. Found me a big old hunk of jasper then. Got some mother lode jasper. That's quite a bit of it too. Can make a few things out of that. Might have to see if the rock guy wants to buy it off me. Getting there, getting the gold. You can see it. It's not a whole lot, but I'll take it. It's gold. It's not tailings anymore. Dan the man. What is up, Dan? It's pretty interesting, Patrick. I'll have to look that up. It'd be neat. I haven't even looked at it. I might want to hit it with the metal detector just for the heck of it and see if it sounds off. Yeah, 303. You could find a lot of slag out there. My old man found something that looked like a meteor, and I think he found it in a park by our house, and we think it ended up being, I think it was like part of a playground structure that burned, and like a last little melted chunk of it, a piece of metal or something, is what we're thinking that it is, because it's definitely not a meteorite. Mine in Hawaiian, you don't find those, but you do sure have a lot of cool rocks out there. And shells and coral and vicious animals that want to sting you. I got stung by a jellyfish when I was swimming. I forget the name of it, but when I was a kid, when I was out in Hawaii, I went snorkeling at a volcano, an underwater volcano, and I got stung all down my side by a jellyfish. I didn't even see it. I just started felt like I was getting stung by a bunch of needles, and I freaked out and looked around, and I still, to this day, I never saw the thing, but that's what it was. Got out of the water, and I had a big old rash down the side. Hurt like hell. Got the old Bear River Jasper. I really wish I would have had video though of this rock, like when we drove up on it. It just was like ridiculous. It's white, a sea of white rocks, and this one red rock in the middle of it all. I wish I had I'm gonna have to get my box of finds out and just have it nearby, so when we're talking about stuff I could reference, because I have some slag that I could pull out and show you my collection of different rocks and slag and my meteor or meteorite. Don't know the difference. I've heard both. So, I think it's a good time now I had a bit of a conflict in the scheduling, and my oldest daughter is right inside the door here with my younger daughter while my wife is out. She's coming right back, and I have to go check on them in just a second, so I'm going to run a commercial here and I will be right back. It looks like we're good on this, so I'm going to cut this back. And we're going to go to a commercial. This is from my official sponsor. So taking if you guys want to be a sponsor, you know, I can make you a cool video, I promise.
my 4x4, she's riding high while the weekdays they go sliding by. Weekend comes, we'll get down again, slanging mud.
So, for all your Willie's truck needs, visit williestruckwarehouse.com. That guy happens to be a buddy of mine. He is my father. And my brother is the one who made that video. And if you would like to see the full video, because he made it, it's a lot longer than that, but kind of chopped it up for a promotional video, you could go to that website, www.williestruckwarehouse.com, williestruckwarehouse.com. And that whole video is on the main page. Oh, wrong bottle. Yeah, Ed, I'm all ears, brother. We'll figure something out, man. You got some ideas. I really like your commercials. They're bad. Badass, I mean. Bad in a good way. I'm jealous. All right. Right on, Dan. You know, I feel like it's just coming together pretty good and just getting a little bit better each time. And I'm telling you, next week's is going to be way better with the gold. This thing should be lighting up pretty good, because those cons, man, I really worked my butt off on that trip, and I had me a number 2 shovel, and I must have done like 40 buckets. So over 2 grams at least. What is up, Adam? Yeah, I am using a green screen, Ed. Brandon Curry in the house. Toyotas rock, man. My brother has a Toyota. My dad had a Toyota. Multiple Toyota pickups back in the 80s when they first came out. I grew up in a Toyota. $40-something buckets. I'm not even joking. I have like marks all over my legs. My shins are all beat up from carrying the buckets and scraping the sand. You know, sand gets on the side of them and scrapes up your legs and stuff. Oh man, I worked hard that day. I kind of grew up in a Jeep too, Dirt 30. That was the other vehicle. We had a 1945 military Jeep. That was what I learned to drive in, and basically almost every single member of my close family. That thing was the coolest vehicle ever. It's like a side-by-side, but better. Rob, the laptop looks funny. I don't know why. It kind of blends in with the green screen for some reason. I tried working on it and I just gave up. It's like half transparent. The ghost computer. Oh yeah, here's a good scoop. After I start this, maybe do one more and then we'll play some video from the outing that we took. Me and Robert's little adventure on the river. I had a blast. You know, because I was talking to Adam the other day and was telling him, you know, I was telling him that I went on this trip with my cousin and I didn't go back up to the Yuba. And, you know, the Yuba is just, you go there and you dig. And when I go there, I dig, and that's what I do. I'm like mining. I mean, it's fun. I'm having fun and I'm getting gold, but you kind of, it's nice to take a step back and do like some exploring and hit the river in a different way and maybe find something new, just kind of look around, you know, and not so much laborious, back-breaking work. And I had a blast. When we got down to the river, there was a van that looked like Adam's van, a two-wheel drive van. I even think it might have been a stretched van. It might have even been stretched further. And it had chains on the back tire. It was stuck and it was not getting out of there. I don't know, you could tell the person was working on it, trying to get it out of there, but it wasn't even so much the spot where he was stuck in that he couldn't get out of, but it was where he came down before that. There's just no way. It was so steep and rough. I don't even know what he was thinking to get down there in the first place. That van's going to be there forever now. There's a bunch of other vehicles that are down there that are probably stolen and dumped, or maybe similar situations. And then a buddy, when I was with Eric on our outing a while back, we seen some guy in a little two-wheel drive Toyota pickup truck, just the little tiny ones, an old school one, and he had it fully loaded up in the back with dirt and rocks to give it more traction, I guess. And he was working on the road, and he said it took him 2 days once to get down to the spot. It was about a mile down he had to go, but since he was in this little Toyota and like fixing the road and like, oh man, he was crawling to get down there. And I'm just like, we went down and came back up, and I told him, like, you better turn around. Like, you're gonna get that thing, if you want this vehicle, like, it's gonna get stuck down there, and I don't know how you're gonna get it out. We're in a side by side, and we're having trouble getting down there. Oh yeah. Looking good, looking good. I kind of worked on my music too. I have quite a few songs. A lot of them are songs, I mean basically all of them are songs that I use in my videos that I've stockpiled, so I kind of figured out finally how to make a playlist and keep the music going instead of having one song or no songs. So if it's not mixed right, I've listened to it on my computer and I think it listens all right, so, or sounds all right, so hopefully it does on your guys' end. All the volumes are good. Trying to get out, I'm not sure what yet, but the weekend after this coming weekend, we're celebrating my daughter's birthday this weekend. We're having a party for her, so I'm not going to be able to get out this weekend, but next weekend I'm going to have a 3-day weekend, and I'm definitely doing something gold related, hopefully multiple days. Pollock Pines is a really pretty area. I really enjoy that, going through there. And what's that lake right there? There's the lake right off of the highway right there. I think it starts with a R. Is it? It's not Rollins, is it? Dan will know. we'll get that going. And I am about to play for you guys a little clip, or should I say a little composition I put together of some clips from our last outing. So hope you guys enjoy this.
We're going on an adventure tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to kind of get back into the prospector mode, look around, do some exploring, maybe do some fishing. I just went very lightweight. Basically just my pack with some hand tools, some pans. I mean, back to the basics. My fishing stuff, do a little trout fishing, do a little cruising around, check out some new areas. Should be fairly interesting. My last trips out have been basically mining. I've been not prospecting, but we know that there's gold there. We've been basically mining. So the last couple of trips have been some pretty labor-intensive, back-breaking work, basically, which I don't mind. When you're getting gold, you're getting gold. And it was really hard for me not to go back there this trip. But I'm going to be taking out my cousin. He wants to do some fishing. I thought, you know, why not take kind of a break from the whole laborious mining stuff and get back to some of the prospecting and, you know, adventuring and exploring, that kind of stuff. So it should be an interesting day. We made it to our first location. Pretty neat looking. With my cousin Rob. Hi. We are gonna do some exploring, get some gold, get some fish, hopefully. It's gonna be a good day. Yeah. Oh, snap. Draw, man, that's all I want to fish. Draw in the shade. Got us on some promising looking ground. Or a good looking spot at least. See what happens. Robert caught a fish on the fly freaking pole. You caught a frog on the fly pole. Or did you just scoop him up? You had me going, dude. If I don't... Woo!
How can you tell what you're pointing at with this thing?
Sorry. You got it. First fish. Going swimming. Yeah, buddy. Pretty, huh? Look at this guy. Oh shit, big old bee.
Purdy. Them some purdy flowers. Well, we found some gold. We were busting some of this bedrock that we found here and pulling some moss off of there. And it's getting late. We're not really here to mine, so we're just kind of doing some sampling. I'm going to come back to the spot for sure because the gold's good. So I'll show you what we got so far. It's about 3 or 4 pans worth right here. Some of these blondes. I'll take it down to like that, and then I think I'll take all this home. Just a lot of super fine from that moss. I don't know if the camera will even see that or not. There's one little decent piece in there too, a little poker. I know you'll see that one. Another little piece down there. Quite a bit of little stuff in here, so cool for a sample. I'll take it. I'll have to come back. That was good times, man. What I really like about that spot is you could literally drive the river. We were like driving the river like it was a highway. And the cobble, like I'm saying, it was so consistent of size, you know, it was like a road. And you could tell that other people had been back there because we were following like a very hard to read 4x4 trail because, you know, it's always changing with the river. But you could pick it up good in some spots. In some spots you kind of had to make your own trail. But it wasn't very rough. In some spots it was, but for the most part, you know, you're just driving, cruising through the river for miles. We had a blast. I want to go back up there and maybe do some high banking or something if I find a good enough spot to set it up. That was kind of the purpose of this trip, is I have a nice high banker, and once all this stuff is all settled, you know, or even before it's not, it's all that waterboard crap. You know, I might get out there and do some high banking and hopefully get on a good spot and get some really good flower gold. Just set up the easy up over the top of the high banker and just shoveling it all day right next to a swimming hole or something. Get hot and jump in the swimming hole, come back out, do some more digging. That sounds like a fun day to me. Killed the last of this we were driving around, me and Robert, eating pistachios all day like some bums. We just had a big old bag that Robert brought of pistachios, and yeah, good times, four-wheeling, eating pistachios. This is a fairly decent amount of gold that I'm getting out of these tailings. I love doing stuff like this. I have to speed it up though. I'm not even, well, I'm about halfway through these. Getting there. I'll do a little bit more each scoop. Try to get it going faster. I'm trying to do not a 3-hour show tonight. I had some footage that I wanted to show. I was supposed to show after the Willys commercial. The Willys commercial, that was super fun. My brother actually filmed that one with my help. I drove around. I was like his camera guy, and I did basically whatever he wanted to while he filmed it. And there's kind of a story behind that Willys. When my brother got hurt, my brother Brandon, when he first got better, he started going down to my dad's shop, and they built that Willys, that green one. And he gave it to my brother, and it was just a good, almost like a rehab for him, you know. So he was down there working with my dad. They built that truck up, and we took it on that trip right after they finished it, basically, and did some wheeling. We wheeled all day. I had the side-by-side, and he was in the wheelies. Him and Brandon, my dad and Brandon were in the wheelies, and me and my other brother, Rick, were in the side-by-side and filming. And we must have did probably a good at least 60 miles that day, all over the mountain and back down. And I had a blast, and I have some funny footage to share. And you'll see this if you go to williestruckwarehouse.com and watch the full video from that commercial. You'll see some more of this, but this is a blooper from that video. I kind of like this one.
Hey, Jerry! We gotta pull him out. You were going quick, and yeah, you bounced on a rock.
We're on film.
Yeah, you bounced on a rock and got her stuck. Yeah. I was right over there.
I don't want to shut it off. My tranny and everything's in the water.
No, I wouldn't.
Feels like I'm off the ground.
All right. There we go. The cowie pulling them out. Yeah, baby. Cowie powie. That's when the new meets old right there.
Gotta get yourself a T-Rex.
New meets old right there.
Receive right there, man.
Yeah.
Cowie Powie, baby. Save the day. That was a fun trip right there. It looks like it would have good gold. And you know what? It's funny, I need to go up there and actually bring my pans. I've never panned that spot, but it's nowhere in gold country. But there's exposed bedrock in spots and all kinds of stuff going on, so you never know. I know there's gold, a couple of spotty gold and like copper, I think, mines in the hills above there. Yeah, we had a blast that day. We had one little hiccup. We were able to fix it on the trail. I think it was like some kind of a shift lever, or no way, it was like a clutch arm, some type of an arm that was bending from the clutch pedal to the clutch. We had to rig it up, but we got it going and got back down to the river where we parked and went from and made it out of there. It was a good day, good adventure for sure. You guys in your gold cult, whatever that is, them Easterners, they got their little secret club back there. You got to be part of the token society. I don't even know. It's just way above my head, man. OOPS for life. Oh yeah. Getting that gold. Let's get a better look here. There you go. Much better. Let's see what that gold looks like. Slower on down here. I have found platinum. Yes, I have. Or I believe that I have. I'm pretty darn sure that I have. It's passed all my little tests that I've done. I haven't had it rotten anywhere, but it is not gold and it's not silver for sure. And it passes all the tests, like the, I think it's silver and platinum are both, they'll react to hydrogen peroxide or the hydrogen, I think. And so if you drop it in, say, hydrogen peroxide, it'll sit there and bubble like a lot. And it'll continuously bubble forever. And it's putting off hydrogen gas. They use it, that same technology, in like hydrogen cars and different things, where they have screens of this platinum or silver, and they use it as a catalyst to make this gas. So it's like the same thing. So if it reacts to the platinum and bubbles, well, you either have one of the two for sure. And it's too heavy to be silver. As a matter of fact, I'll show it to you guys really quick. I gotta grab it. It's gonna take me a second, but I'll go get it and I'll show it to you. My little platinum nugget. And you could tell me what you think. If it is or isn't. I might become a member. I would be down with that, as long as you guys don't have to jump me in or something down by the river. Make me do some weird thing. I am all good for that. I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover. Yes, the old Toyotas are really cool. I would love to have me one of those. Those things sell for some money nowadays, especially when they're all done up. Those are really cool. Another cool one that a lot of people sleep on is the Dodge Raider. My buddy was all about those. He had a few of them, and those things were so cool, man. They came stock from the dealership with a tilt gauge in the dash. Those things would wheel like you wouldn't believe, even with bald tires. Those are another good one that a lot of people don't know about. All right, I'm gonna go grab that platinum nugget so I can share it with you guys really quick. Had to go get the treasure box. So let's see. I'm gonna steal the camera from the Blue Bowl for a second. You can take it out of it. Here is my platinum nugget. Camera will zoom in on it. Kind of. And so I have another piece of gold that's very similar in size. I'll show you. This piece of gold right here is just, I mean, I haven't done a specific gravity. This is like a guesstimate, but So this guy right here looks to be just as big, if not about the same size of mass, very close at least, right? This piece is like way heavier than this nugget right here. We could even do a test. Let's look at it really quick. So this piece of gold weighs 0.36. The platinum piece weighs 0.51. So I'm pretty sure it's platinum. Like I'm saying, it passed the hydrogen test. It passes that test, which in my opinion, I mean, it's very crude, but everything points to platinum. And it came off the Middle Fork American, which is known for platinum, especially in the area that I was. I read a book. I was kind of below the backside of Volcanoville, Georgetown area, and there was a book that I read front to back that was basically, God, I can't even remember the name now, but it was all about Georgetown, and it was kind of like a recap of, it was all the newspaper. It was like a bunch of newspaper articles put into a book from, I think it was 1919 or something to like the 1930s, or maybe, no, it was earlier than that. I have the book, I'll have to get it. But anyways, there was a story in there about the Chinese there's a Chinese mine somewhere around the Middle Fork, and they tried to bring in what they said was counterfeit. They were calling it counterfeit gold, which it ended up being platinum. It said in this article, but they were getting it off the Middle Fork in good amounts and trying to fool people with it and say it was mercury covered gold. And because back then they didn't even want the platinum. It was like they'd rather have gold, or platinum wasn't as big as it is now, I don't think. So that's my platinum nuggie. Okay, I see some more gold that needs to be cleaned up. Yeah, 303. It very much looks like silver. The difference, though, is a lot of silver, if you put it, like, say, in water or a lot of other things, like, it'll start to turn black. It'll start to tarnish. And that thing looks just exactly the same as it looked from the day that I pulled it out. There's no tarnish on it whatsoever. And I think that even points more so as it being platinum, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. Oh, that's very dirty still. I'm just gonna blow this to the side. Had to walk to the store, but he's back. All good, Frankie. Right on for coming back. Let's load this sucker up. Yeah, there's God, what is the name of that creek? I know there's a cool little couple of old school looking mine camps on a creek down there. There's like a horse trail that I took once. Me and my old man, not on horses, we went down this trail and found a really neat. Is it Otter Creek? That sounds like familiar. It might be Otter Creek. Coming down behind, kind of on the backside of Georgetown. There's a couple of different creeks. The Otter one's, I think it's the bigger one. Then there's that creek up there. Oh man, what is it called? It's where everyone goes, and there's like the the slides, the big rock slides with the pools, and a couple of people died up there and stuff, and they're always chasing people off. Supposedly, I think UC Berkeley owns a big parcel of land up there in the mountains, something like that I read, and people go up there and try to go swimming and play on these slides. Yep, Otter Creek, it does sound right. Yep, Canyon Creek. I think they used to call that one back in the day Cold Canyon Creek, or like there is maybe another one called Cold Creek or Cold Canyon. I remember reading there on the backside there, especially in those canyons where you're talking about, Dan, in that book they spoke a lot about like the mines back there being super freaking cold and in shadow, like in the dark most of the times, and they're really rich, but it sucked because it was so cold back there in those canyons, like in the off seasons. What's up, 13 Cool? Right on for stopping by. Pilot Falls, yep. All right, we're getting close to the end of these cons here. Oh, you know what I forgot to show you guys? I'm blowing it. You know what? I have so many, I started making notes of things to improve the show. And one of them is I want to have a whiteboard right behind the camera so that I could see and I could have highlights of things I need to talk about, because I forget stuff. There's so many things that I want to have to share, but kind of keep things interesting. And I forgot all about one of them was to show you the gold that came from the trip. Right after I played that footage of, wrong backdrop, but the Bear River. So I have it here. Not very much, but it gives you an idea. We did 3 pans. This is 3 pans worth of gold. So there's that one nice piece that I was showing in the video. But yeah, so pretty good for 3 pans. I'll take that. So I had that already out because, yeah, you could tell, I mean, this wasn't enough material to run for an entire show, so that's why I cleaned that up separately. Actually put that right up here. That was all you, Rob. You did break some stuff up for sure. Probably those big pieces came from you, Rob. Seriously, all the fine stuff came from that moss. And I'm starting to become a believer in the moss and checking that stuff out first. And this area was covered in moss. Like every rock, I think Robert remembers, well, you could go back to the footage and look. Every rock was just covered in really thick moss. I could go out there with a scraper and really clean up shop, I bet. Uh-oh. Slacking off. There we go. I'm really curious about the -100. The -100, there's not very much of it, but that's where the gold's probably going to be at. That probably blowed by in this whole blue bowl process before I was screening properly and stuff. I'm imagining, because I ran some -30. I'm not even running that. I have a whole thing about this size of -30, and it's got a lot of the stuff that's not even clear in the bowl, so I decided not to run that and stick with what was working. Later, Adam. Take care, brother, man. I'm right on for stopping by. Can't wait till you get back, man. Talk soon. Look at all those. I mean, for tailings, that's not bad. I mean, it is bad. They shouldn't be there for being tailings, but I mean, we're talking quite a bit of black sands. I have multiple pounds. I want to say like 10, 15 pounds of black sands at least. And this is all -50. Oh, I need to announce to you guys too. I have a goal for the season. Let's see what happens, but I'm trying to do 2 ounces this year, and that's all by hand. Possibly a little bit of high banking, but still, I consider that kind of by hand still. So we'll see what happens. I don't think that that's very unrealistic. Might be able to do it. Be happy with an ounce. Oh, losing my voice here. Right on Adam, man. Adam needs to get back and work his spot. Take it back from the locals. I'm going up there, if not next weekend, soon. I think he might have left already, Ed. Let's load her up a bit more here. I want to get done. How far are we? So we're a little bit over an hour, so we're doing good on the time. I only got about a quarter of this stuff left, so we're doing good. I was kind of shooting for about an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most, somewhere around there. Yeah, Ed, if you come out this way, man, what you need to do is come out this way and hit me up in advance, and we'll figure out somewhere up in the mother lode, and I'll bring my trailer up there. I got a pretty decent sized trailer, and do some prospecting, set up a nice camp, home base to work from, some style. I know you have a trailer too. Or like I thought I seen when you were at Fossick's, maybe like a pop-up or something similar. But I don't know if you would drive that all the way out here. It's quite a haul. What's up, Jesus? That's pretty cool. 13. My buddy, or my cousin, Robert's brother, Josh, the guy that was in the video, he just, well, not just, it was years ago, but he did the same thing. He converted a little school bus over, and he was living out of it for a while by choice. You know, he had a nice job and everything, and just he liked it, I guess. I would, if I could go back in time and didn't have all the responsibilities I have now, you would catch me in a van in the mother lode somewhere. No joke. I love this stuff so much. I'd be like Adam, the guy, the gold guy down by the river, living in a van. Hopefully not creeping out the locals. In a van down by the river, Rob. A nice van. I would be a what do you call it? A gold tramp. Tramping around looking for gold. I've been to Arvada, Colorado before. It's where the headquarters for one of the companies I used to work for was. It's really pretty up there. Oh, really, Patrick? Yeah. I worked for a company called Mark 7 out there. Well, I work out here, but I mean, they're based out there in Arvada. Arvada, Colorado. Used to get packages from my house there all the time. Right on, Dan. Appreciate it for stopping by. Stop by anytime, man. We're going to get together one of these days and dig a bunch of gold. Promise. Appreciate it, brother. Take care, man. Guys, if you're still out there and you haven't already, hit that like button for me, man. I really would appreciate it. And if you're a new viewer and you haven't been here already, hit that subscribe too. You're going to do this every week. A new adventure every week. Or at least try to. I'm not going to... Hopefully I don't get a huge fan base or something that flips out if I miss a week or something, which I doubt's going to happen. So I'm not really worried about it. But I have quite a, I mean, it's the peak of the season right now, so I should be able to at least until, fall, winter time, be able to come up with something every week, I'm thinking. I appreciate it, guys. Almost done with the plus, or no, this is minus 50. Let's get it done. I want to get onto that good stuff. I want to get onto the minus 100. That's got to be where all the gold is. Get sucked out of there. My dad has a Garrett, I think he has a Garrett Gold, AT Gold, but the AT is it the ATX and the AT Gold? One of the two are very similar machines. They're very similar, and it's a good unit for like overall, you know, hunting coins or whatever, even gold, you know, if it's got some decent size to it. The show must go on. There must be gold to be seen. Oh, okay, that's the difference. Oh no, okay, what I was thinking is the AT Pro and the AT Gold. Yeah, those two are very similar. He has the gold and it's similar to the Pro, but the ATX, yeah, is something different. Yeah, you know, I bring my metal detector out there and it's hard. You got to really dedicate yourself to detecting. If you want to find gold with a detector, you know, you're going to have to be okay with going home empty-handed a lot. And it's hard living this close to gold to like not want to just go and start digging cracks and panning and all that good stuff, you know, when you want to actually get some gold. I have not found any gold with my detector yet that was natural gold. I found jewelry, but no natural gold. What am I looking for? This guy. It happens. I've lost a lot of gold. A lot of bad stories of losing gold. Luckily not very much, but snuffer bottles, stuff falling over. My garage is like a work in progress. I got a million things going on all the time, so I'm trying to do different things in a small area, so it's hard. Sometimes mishaps happen. Use gold counts. I will take that. I'll show you here. I think I mentioned it in one of Ed's videos when he found his ring. This is what my ring that I found. So I found that guy. And it's 14K. Some poor guy lost it. Must have fallen off. I found this at a gold claim. And it was a public gold claim, like a group claim. I'm not going to name it, but if someone sees this ring and could tell me exactly where they lost it, I'd give it back to them. I found that so far with the metal detector. That actually was in the trail. we were leaving and I was just swinging, walking like leisurely, you know, back to the truck, and that thing started screaming. You know, I was, like I said, I was just kind of walking fast, even just swinging, not really thinking much of it, and whew. Wow, what a find. Found this guy too with my metal detector, like right after I got it at the ballpark, and it's 14K. and I found it a good place to detect. Like I was thinking like a prospector, and I was prospecting the baseball field, and I figured a good place to detect would be where people would dive for the ball, because if they had a necklace on, it might get caught and fall off and they don't notice. And sure enough, boom, it paid off big time. And I found that with that mindset, so pretty cool find. There we go. Good enough. Rob, that is next, man. I think like a few seasons from now, or maybe even sooner if I get some good gold this season, that is going to be the next step. I am getting a little, what would you call it? Little, God, what am I? I'm having a blank here for smelting gold. A forge? You could call it a forge, or help me out here, guys. What am I thinking of? Little like electric kiln. That's what I'm thinking of. A kiln. I've seen them on eBay. I'm just wanting like a little cheap one that does like, I think there's a couple you could get that'll do like a couple ounces or so for like $250. I want to play with that, and I have some ideas of playing with that and even going further and maybe making some jewelry, buying a few tools and trying to pour some bars or something, or make a ring. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, use a crucible and like a little kiln. Do some black sands processing. Do that live. That'd be pretty cool. Do some pours. That'd be pretty sick. Some live gold pours. Yeah, like a quick kiln. They have that kiln that you could use the 2 torches. That one's pretty popular, but I wanted a little electric one I could just put on my desk, or put somewhere in the garage. I mean, the desk might not be very safe, but somewhere I could set up with ease and use in the garage easily. Yeah, that's the plan, Ed. That's exactly what I want to do one day. Alright. Make some gold bars, get some graphite molds. I've already looked into it. What you got to do is you got to get the right kind of flux, get that Chapman's flux recipe. And then I bought the stuff. I have crucibles for some bone ash crucibles for. If you use the special flux that I have, what it'll do is it'll absorb all the crucible will absorb all of the leads, and you'll end up with slag, some glass slag, but a lot of your leads will be out of it. And at the very bottom will be a little dot of gold. I'm sure you guys know this, but I want to get some of those dome-shaped graphite molds so I can pour into there, do some black sands processing, see if I can get any small beads of gold from any of this black sands. That's, maybe take these tailings and pull out all the non-magnetic and run it and just melt it and see what we get out of it. That'd be fun. Look at all that's down. So we are down to the 100 mesh. All we have left is this 100 mesh material to run. And then I'm going to pan out. We're not going to blue bowl this. I'm going to pan out our gold cons, our gold rush cons. Copy that, Ed. Right. I'm starting to get excited because I want to run this 100 mesh or this minus 100, and then I want to see how much gold we have here for tailings. Be quite interesting. Like I said, the next gold shack show is going to be a fun one. This bowl is going to have a lot of gold in it, so make sure you subscribe and check back for that one. Those cons are hot. You missed it, Ed. There was a huge nugget that popped out in the black. I don't even know how it got in there, but pulled it out and it's in my pocket now. You missed it, man. Darn it. Just kidding. These cons are from, these are basically everything that since I've started the Gold Shack and started these live streams, I've kept everything in the Gold Shack bucket, in this tailings bucket. And just this weekend I went through and screened everything and did separate classification. So I got 100 mesh, 50 and 30, and just to see what's in the tailings, because when I started doing this I wasn't classifying it properly. I was just classifying everything down to 30 and throwing it in there, so I knew anything lower than 30 was having a good chance of getting blown out. So we're kind of just going back through these tailings right now just for the heck of it. That's what this gold is from. Yep, I'm gonna be on Flash in Your Pans. Ed's having me on. Really appreciate the opportunity for that. We talked a little bit. It's gonna be in August. I think it's August 14th. So should be a good show. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm always looking forward to Ed shows though. Ever since I stumbled upon it, I'm like, what? This is some really cool show. There's some good stuff. I really like your shack. I like the shack and the wall and how you do the green with the wall. And I seen some, I think it was when Adam was there, and Adam was videotape or doing his video, and he was in the shack with you, and you could see how you got your green screen with the wall and how you make all that happen. That's pretty cool. That's a creative way of doing it. I really like that. I got stories, man. I got stories. You name a subject and I'll have a story for you. I guarantee you. I'm young, but I mean, there's a crap ton of stuff I haven't experienced, but I've been through some stuff, and I probably got a story for you. Got gold stories, I got stories, I got whatever you want to hear. That's some nice gold. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me try to get it in the camera. Oh, you can see it right there in the bottom. Look at that. Tailings gold, man. You gotta classify with Blue Bowl, or this is the result. I got both of those. I'll bring my I'll have out my little treasure box And I don't think, maybe there's one video where I've showed my biggest piece. I got a pretty decent sized nugget. I got about, my biggest piece so far is, I think it's 4.7 something grams. It's a flake. It's not even a nugget. I mean, it's a nugget, I guess, going off of weight and size, but it's a huge corn flake. It's a very neat piece. So I'd like to show that off maybe on the show. My favorite find right there. All right, we're done with the minus 50. And if you just give me 1 second here, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'll make it quick. Okay. Now you get down to the nitty gritty. We have the 100 mesh, or I should say minus 100 mesh. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run it super slow, so hopefully we'll see a nice edge of gold. You know, I'm not going to try to suck it all up into the ring. I kind of want it to pull it apart nice and slow so we get a nice visual here in the bowl. This literally might be, I think we'll do 2 runs in the blue bowl with this. That's only enough material for about 2 runs. It's so fine. All right, let's get her done. Show me some fine gold. Brandon German, right on for stopping by from Butte County. You're up there with some good gold. We're going to have a lot more dirt bike videos. That's one of the things that I want to do soon is get back up to Paradise. You know, Paradise was the spot. My buddy Casey that has a trailer like mine, he's been busy this entire month. So hopefully in July, August, we're going to start getting back up to Paradise because we have some plans. We have so many different plans and so many different locations. Like, it's gonna be a trip. I need to make a phone call too. I'm in the works I remember I was telling you guys we were trying to do a kayaking trip, and I have the man to do a gold trip with that's willing to do one with me, Victor Marshall. Me and Victor, he texted me and said it's all good, just let me know when and we'll try to make it happen. And I'm the one that's slacking on that, but I have 2 kayaks and he's done it before, so he's the perfect guy to guide me, not just for the gold but to know the river, because he does it quite often. So that one's going to be a fun trip. That's going to be some cool footage for sure. Well, that didn't quite work the way that I thought it did. With there's gold there. It's so fine, it's hard to see, but it didn't separate as good as I thought it would. But it worked. How's it going, Bill? Right on for joining us. Thanks for stopping by, man. All you guys that are just now stopping by, please hit that like button. Anybody that's new, please hit that subscribe. We're going to have a blast here this season. We're going to get some good gold. Each week we should have some new gold to share with you guys. Oh yeah, that worked. Look at that. That is so fine gold. Wow, it's like makeup. Nice little pile of some. I can't think of any makeup related minor jokes on the whim. But yeah, some powdery makeup right there. Makeup gold. Yeah, that'd be kind of sweet hitting the, if you just took a kayak like on a camping trip and just kind of knew the river good enough to where you could just tow a small, maybe a 3-inch or something dredge behind you, or the biggest that you could get down the river, you know, just hit little spots on your way down, have like a pontoon with the dredge where you could carry all your gear, your ice chest, your camping stuff. Hell, you could even set up a tent on it. Go Huckleberry Finn down the river on a gold adventure. I'd be so down with that. Oh man, this one should be good. Get the last bit of this 100 mesh. I didn't even use, I might have been using this guy. Or I could have been using this guy. There we go. That's why I made this stuff. Make my life easier. Alright. That's looking good. Killed the minus 100. So I'm going to take this little bit of gold from that Bear River outing right now, and I'm just going to suck it up in the snuffer because I want to use this finishing pan for the gold cons we're about to pan out here. This Gold Rush stuff, the little bonus Father's Day gift. going pretty good. Prescott adventure was a bust, huh, Bill? Well, yeah, let me know when you're coming out this way. We'll for sure try to hook up. I want to be putting on, too, a big dig this year. Kind of similar to what Adam did. I'm not sure where yet, but maybe in August around... I'll have to look at the calendar, but maybe mid-August, somewhere around there. It'd be nice to do like a big group dig, get a bunch of people together. Oh, I keep forgetting about this. My giveaway. If any of you guys are new, I'm doing a giveaway, and I keep forgetting to promote it. And basically, I'll show you guys. You got to look about 5 or 6 videos back. So if you go to my channel and look back, you'll see the gold giveaway video. I was trying to mess with the link, a live link. I have yet to figure that out, but soon I'll be able to do it. So if you go back after this video and check that out, I'm giving away some gold. All you have to do is guess the weight of the gold at the end of that video. And basically, if you're the closest one, or you guess it, or whoever's closest will win. It's a cool little take. I'll show you guys. See what this gold looks like. Oh yeah, that's even nicer than the last one. There's a little bit of black sand in it still, but okay. So that looks like that kills all of our cons that we have, or I'm sorry, the tailings that I ran. Looks like we got a pretty decent amount of gold. Let's take a look at it here. We'll take a look at that, and then I will do, yeah, I'm going to keep this separate from that. So I want to look at the total amount from these tailings here. So this includes the tailings of the Blue Bowl and just a tiny bit of gold that we got on this last outing is what we're going to look at here. What did I do with my pan? Oh, it's hiding from me. That wasn't good. Let's get this out of the way here. I like that. It's hard to say if I like it or I don't like it. I like that I was able to capture it after this, but it kind of sucks to know that I lost it unintentionally in the first place. But there's quite a bit of gold there. Lots of fine stuff. To help with the floaters, knock them down, and pour the water out. Pretty good, I'd say. I'm not gonna do like I did last time and dry it up and weigh it, because yeah, it is what it is. It's probably a half gram, maybe somewhere between a quarter and a half, I would imagine. I'm only gonna break out the scale and dry it and go through all the trouble when I got something a really good amount to play with and dry up and something impressive. These are just tailings, so I'm not gonna go through all that right now. Nevertheless, pretty darn cool. Yeah, I'd say so, Brandon. Who knows, I might even have to run them again one day. I think I'll take these out and I always hold on to them. I'll take these out and I'll clean everything up, and then I'll start fresh, and so I could check those tailings next time, and these ones will be, super clean of gold. But theoretically, if I classify everything properly, I shouldn't have this much gold in here in the first place. So as long as I do things right from here on out, I shouldn't have this. It's so fine. Watch what happens when I roll the water over it. Floaters. Boats of gold. Alright, so let's get down. We are gonna do the gold rush cons now. It is time. Time for the gold rush cons. What the heck? I've always been curious to see what's in these things. You see them in like Target, Walmart, in the toy section, or if you have kids, you do. If you walk through those sections, or in the Big Five or your sporting goods. That's where this came from, a sporting goods place by my house. So we will see what is in a 1 pound bag of Gold Rush cons. Pay dirt. There's a little bit of wetting agent in this water, but not a whole lot. Not jet dry, something else, but works the same. So let me suck all this gold up. Okay. Let's get us these cons. Unboxing. We'll do a live unboxing. Weren't impressed, huh, Ed? Our chapter's dirtbags are better. Yeah, I'm not really thinking there's gonna be much in it, but have it. We'll do an unboxing. Voila, a Gold Rush bag of pay dirt. I think this comes with some stuff, yeah. Which I actually needed a vial. Oh man, it says Gold Rush on it. I wonder if I could scrape that off. What else is in here? Oh, I better read the directions. Certificate of authenticity. Is there like a naked picture of Todd Hoffman in here too? It's gonna break my camera. No, just instructions. Oh yeah, buy all of our cool stuff. What is this? Dirt of the Month Club. Hey, we might have to do that just because one of these days. We'll see. Yeah, we might have to do that. Just do a little bonus here on the Gold Shack. See if they send us anything rich. Well, it looks like it's at least classified down to at least 1/8 inch. Not smaller. It smells funny. Freaking dirt smells. Huh. It smells like Alaska. There for now, alright. Well, I think I'm going to change views because you probably want to see the pan more than you want to see me with this. No clay clumps in there. Just straight panning. Get rid of all those blondes. A lot of blondes in there. God, I miss using this finishing pan. This pan's had that gold sitting in it from the giveaway just because I was kind of lazy and wanted to keep it in here kind of for show and stuff for that video, thinking that that was going to happen soon, but it doesn't look like it, so I had to get that gold out of this pan, but I get my finishing pan back. Oh man, don't get in trouble, Josh. I know I'd be in trouble. My old lady would not be happy with me. But hey, I've been there. Like that guy on the commercial for like DirecTV watching the football game at dinner, but you're actually watching a gold show. there's not very many black sands. I guess it's a good thing though, because the people that they're figuring are going to pan these black sand, it's going to be their worst nightmare. Since there's like almost no black sand in this, let's just fan it back and take a look. I'm going to try my reverse fan back technique here. Let me move this microphone too. There we go. I'm starting to see it. Man, this is hard to pan or do backwards. They sure made it easy to pan though. It's probably the easiest pan of gold I've ever panned. It's all staying right up there like it should. That's not even gold. It kind of looks like it in the video, but that's not. That's all your gold right there. So let me do this now. Yep, nothing in it. Huh. I mean, decent pieces. They're almost pickers. I call these pokers. Well, at least out here. These are more like pokers. They're like on the verge of being pickers. I mean, you could technically pick them up, but they're a little tiny for that. Look how easy that was to pan though. I'd say that would be a good pay dirt for if you're like trying to get your kids to, you know, something neat to play with. That was a very easy pan of dirt. Tiny stuff. There might be some super tiny stuff in there. Not really. I mean, there's some very tiny stuff, but hardly any. All right. Well, let me get this with the rest of the gold, and we'll get a shot of tonight's final take of the gold. So, I mean, I'm not really blown away. I'm not shocked or impressed. I'd say that's okay. I'm not even sure how much that costed, how much that costs at the store that they bought it from. I don't know how much they paid for it, but yeah, I mean, it's not rich, but it's kind of what I figured it would be about, I guess. Ed wants me to weigh it. Well, you know what? If Ed wants me to weigh it, man, we could weigh it. Where's my little metal pan? There's a lot of black sands in it still, but we'll do a weigh up and see what we got here. Getting ahead of myself here. I need to suck up this beautiful gold rush gold. We'll get a gold shack weigh-in total here. You know what else I need to do is start having like a tally system for my goal, my 2-ounce goal of the season. Start doing at the end when we do these weigh-ins. If we even do them, you start keeping track so I could post that on the video somehow. Still quite a bit of black sand, but I mean it's minus 100 mesh golds, most of it, so kind of going to be expected to have a little bit of black sand in it. But we'll dry it up and weigh it really quick here. Speed her up. Hopefully this thing doesn't melt, this plastic thing. If there's something I could put. That way it won't melt the hydro-turf and the plastic lid for my trailer. Just trying fast. If you're out there and you haven't already hit that like button, please do. And please subscribe. We will be doing a lot more gold adventures here on out. My back hurts, it weighs 0. Uh-oh. Someone's car alarm. Let's see. Almost there. Oh no, I forgot there's this magnet on here. Well, that might help get some of the black sands out of it. I put this magnet on this metal pan. It's too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Give it a second to cool down here. Look at what that magnet did. That was pretty cool. I'm sure there's a lot of gold in there still, but kind of cleaned it up for me. The magnet pan. I won't even think it's going to be 1.6, Brandon. I think it's going to be about a half gram, but we'll see. Uh-oh. Tell me my scale stopped working. Man, my scale, I think, is the batteries are dead. It's acting all crazy. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Yep, I was pretty close. A little over a half gram. It's good though. Tailings gold. Take it. Top Cat, what's up, buddy? Right on for stopping by. So it's growing. Look, it's gaining weight. I'll take that too. Pretty cool, guys. Looks like we got some decent gold. I will take that for tonight. Definitely check out our next I'm tired, I need to eat. Check out our next gold shack for sure. It's going to be a good one. I think that I told you guys at the beginning I have a trip that I've already got in the books, and I worked my butt off. These cons that I have, I got this whole bag. Well, it's hard to even lift, so it must be good. So that's all from the U-boat. That's gonna be rich. That's probably gonna be at least 2 grams, hopefully 3 or 4. So that'll be a good one to watch, and I got some good footage from that trip. Yeah, I love the green screen. I know, it's pretty cool. I gotta remember, I didn't have very good footage from this trip, so I didn't stop and do backdrops as much as I should have. Said. I wish I would have had some better footage of, this is basically the best thing I have that worked, and everything else had us in the picture and moving around, and it wouldn't quite work right for a loop. So it looks good though. I'm happy with this one. Next one should be interesting too. And maybe I'll have something even newer, something new to show you guys. I really appreciate all you guys for stopping by. We had a blast, got some good gold, shared an adventure. We're gonna do it all again next week. So I think I'm gonna hit the sack. I gotta go get something to eat and go to sleep and go to work tomorrow. So like I said, I appreciate everything from all you guys. I appreciate you coming and supporting me. It means a lot to me. And I hope to see you guys out on the river one day. And we're going to do a big dig here and put together a big outing for all of us to get together. And hopefully I get to meet a bunch of you guys when we do that. So take care, and I will see you on the next one, you guys.